This is CES MMA.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're at Twin Rivers Casino in Rhode Island, waiting for our main event of the evening. The first combatant making his way to the cage, TROYER, fighting out of Louisville MMA from Louisville, Kentucky. He holds a professional record of 14 wins, 9 losses, 5 wins by KO, 7 submissions. That's right, he's got 24 fights. And he'll be fighting, he's warming up in the back right now, waiting to walk in. TODD, the Hulk CHATTELLE, we all know him pretty well around here. Pawtucket native. And as you can see, they're working right now to get John greased up and get him in the cage. This place is packed tonight.
And you can tell looking at John TROYER's record that out of the 14 victories he's had 12 finishes.
That's a big deal, sir, isn't it? That means he doesn't want to go to the cards.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing the pace. He's definitely trying to win the fight and take it out of the judge's hand.
Tonight wouldn't be a bad thing. Tonight they actually seem to be on point, at least to our calculations.
So far, so good. And again, looking at TODD, the Hulk CHATTELLE, out of his 11 victories, 9 of those have come through stoppage as well. So you have 2 people who are very capable of finishing a fight.
Absolutely. And we've seen TODD many times before. He has a very powerful way of striking. It's not the cleanest, most technical, but it hits like a brick.
And he's not afraid to stand in the pocket.
No, not at all. We haven't seen very much of John TROYER, and we're looking forward to seeing him perform tonight.
We've had a lot of amazing fights tonight, including the first female MMA fight for CES.
I have to say it again, and I hate doing it. Pat Sullivan, nice job with the matchmaking.
We won't tell him.
It hurts me. Physically hurts me to say it. Well, as the lights dim and the Rhode Island native, you can hear, makes his way to the cage, as the crowd's getting pumped up, you see him making his way to the cage now. The former CES middleweight champion, TODD the Hulk CHATTELLE. Again, there's Triforce in the background. Andre Sokolov's dad, Mike Campbell, Pete and Keith Jeffries. There's Kayleen, who fought earlier tonight. Quite a lot of support for this fight.
Absolutely, and TODD seems very, very intense. This is probably the most intense I've seen him.
Well, TODD's had a couple of rough fights since losing the title, and I'm quite sure he's looking for a little redemption here tonight. He's had some issues go on at home, personal life, work, health issues, just like all the rest of us, so that kind of puts fighting on the back seat. Sometimes can actually affect your training. So hopefully TODD's had a good, clean camp, and he's ready to perform tonight.
He looks ready. As does his opponent, John TROYER. I'm very interested to see this fight.
Without a doubt, again, it's fairly even. You know, where TODD has more KOs, John has more submissions. Might be looking at that striker grappler, you know, type of setup tonight. The opposites attract.
It'll be very curious to see, you know, what John's approach is. Will he stand with TODD? Will he try to take the fight to a different area?
This is the Shamrock Financial Corporation tail of the tape. TODD CHATTELLE, 11-9, weighing at 184 pounds, fighting out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island. John TROYER, 14-9. He weighed in 6 pounds heavy at 190, fighting out of Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to send it up to the cage for all the new information. Take it away, Jamie.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Gammon Prudential and Shamrock main event of the evening. In the middleweight division, this event is sanctioned by the Rhode Island Department of Business Regulation, Division of Commercial Licensing and Racing and Athletics. Paul McGreevy, Director. Maria D'Alessandro, Deputy Director. Christina Tobias, Chief Licensing Examiner, Racing and Athletics. Your judges for the bout at ringside, Wayne Lima, Mike Barker, Paul Asman, and Sean Flanagan. The physicians standing by at ringside are Dr. Bob McKittrick and Dr. John Cece. And the man in charge at the bell, in the ring, your referee, Dan Miragliata. Ladies and gentlemen, in Lincoln, Rhode Island, inside the Twin River Main Event Center, are you ready? Lincoln, Rhode Island, are you ready? For everyone in attendance and for all those watching at home, Twin River Casino. Let's get fired up! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, hailing out of Louisville MMA, with a professional record of 14 wins against 9 defeats, with 5 big wins coming by KO and 7 coming by way of submission. Weighing in at 190 pounds, he hails from Louisville, Kentucky. Here is John TROYER. And now, introducing, fighting out of the red corner, fighting out of Triforce MMA, with a professional record of 11 wins against 2 defeats, with 7 big wins coming by way of KO and 2 wins coming by way of submission. He weighed in at 184 pounds. From Pawtucket, Rhode Island, TODD, the Hold CHATTELLE.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this place is electric this evening. This is your main event. TODD CHATTELLE, John TROYER. Can't wait to see how this one plays out. Let's get ready to go to work. Looking forward to this one, Timmy.
As am I.
Right off the bat, you can notice you got a southpaw in John. So again, that battle of the lead foot's going to come into play. Who can get the outside position? You're looking at straight right hands versus straight left hands. The jab against the southpaw is virtually obsolete. Nice outside leg kick. Todd's foot had to be on the outside, straight left hand by John. That lead leg kick doesn't land unless Todd's on the outside. Todd loaded that one up and swung for the hills.
He did. You could see how off balance he was after that shot.
Nice double jab working his way in, and John lands the straight left hand. Outside leg kick by CHATTELLE lands clean. John TROYER definitely has good movement, light on his feet, seems pretty relaxed. John lands an outside leg kick of his own.
Both men appear to be measuring each other.
Absolutely. Straight left hand by John lands again against Todd. Todd needs to really fight hard to get that outside foot control. Todd slipped on that lead leg kick.
Now he's on the ground, he's able to get full guard. He's got the head control. He's close.
John starts with the short elbows and body shots.
Yeah, the trick is to not get lured out of position with those body shots. Although they might hurt, they're not going to finish the fight.
Nice short elbow off his back by CHATTELLE.
Again, good headman hip movement by Todd. You see how he's swiveling.
He did a great job of switching his hips.
And now look, foot and hip. He's creating that space.
Needs to turn back inside here.
Now the one thing about having open guard is a little bit more dangerous to keep guard. You can see an example of that there. He's in side control now. He's going to do a good job. Protection first, escape second. So start to work his hand positioning. And again, as we spoke about many times earlier tonight, if you feel like you're in trouble, just try to affect the person's balance on top.
And there goes Todd. He's trying to escape out the back door. Nice little hip bump, and he recovers half guard from it.
Yep, he's able to improve his position marginally. Half guard is a big improvement over
It
side
looks like
control.
CHATTELLE's already cut over that left eye just 2.5 minutes into this first round. John Troyer is doing a good job of maintaining top position and throwing short elbows. Todd again does a fantastic job of recovering full guard.
I think John could have done a better job of holding on to half guard there. He wasn't really, he was more concerned about his base.
Didn't seem to fight for it as much.
He left the space available, and Todd did a very smart thing and took advantage of it with good technique.
Now from this point here, Todd has good head control. He isn't a closed guard, looking to maybe stall or get stood up.
Right, and again, going back to our conversation we've had throughout the evening on the fights, it'd be nice to see fighters become more proactive, not just look for a slowdown, but the opportunity to either reverse and get on top, or scramble back to the feet, take the fight to a place where they might be, more well-suited.
I can see exactly what you're saying. I think Todd's trying here. He brought his knee on the inside, like we were seeing earlier from Andre, and was able to cause that scramble. He used that knee for separation.
That was fantastic. That was exactly what Todd should do. He creates that space. Always, if somebody takes you down and
with a flying knee, Chattelle lands it. John tries to take down. Chattelle makes it into mount, starts laying some ground and pound.
Fantastic transition in the mount off that counter shot.
Todd needs to clear John's hands and hit him with some clean stuff.
And keep up the pace.
Don't punch himself out. Okay, John Free is going belly down. That's the fight. Todd Chattelle off his back. Reverses, gets to his feet, and finishes the fight. All that was led off by a flying knee. Fantastic job by the Hulk.
Incredible victory, incredible finish. Way to capitalize on the scramble, get on top, dominate the position, and do work to get the stoppage.
Unbelievable job. It looked like John had great control. Late to the fight. But Todd did a great job of bringing his right knee inside, pushing off his hips, and finding a little space to escape. Created some space to kind of get up on, use the cage to wall walk.
Absolutely, it was excellent, great strategy.
You can see here in the replay, Todd already assumes back mount, just let those left hands fly, that's all she wrote. Todd here, off the takedown, off the flying knee, he wound up in top position. Worked hard to get to mount, started ground and pounding from mount. John turned over belly down, and that was the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for a word from your winner, Todd Chattelle, right after the announcement.
We're going to throw this down to Jamie. Jamie, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Miragliata stops the bout at 4 minutes, 6 seconds of round number 1. For your winner, Todd the Hulk